Hello, hello. This is Max. We're looking at fall 2012 midterm 2, and we're on the last problem, list anagrams. It's asking us to fill in the missing expressions in the implementation for list anagrams, which is going to list all anagrams or reorderings the letters of a given word. You can assume that the word has no repeated letters. Some hints about string slicing appear in the doc test. Okay, so got list anagrams, take some word, and then we have an example. We're taking 8. And we're doing all of the different combinations of the letters A, T, and E, which is 8, A-E-T, T-A-E, T, eat, and E-T-A. Okay, so some hints on string slicing. Remember, we're not going to include that letter on the right. So 0 this is the 0th element of 8, but we're not going to include it when we do our slice. And then here, technically the length W letter of W is over here, but we're still allowed to slice right out of it. Okay. So some hints on slicing in case you've forgotten what slicing is. So it looks like this is asking us to fill in some base case. So if W is equal to the empty string, then we're just going to return, remember list anagrams always returns a list. And what are the anagrams of this empty string? Well, it's just another empty string, right? So there's no way you can do any reorderings of this. Our base case is just an empty string, and then we're going to pass out a list that is an empty string. Okay, great. So anagrams. So now we're going to construct our anagrams. For I in range length W, okay, this looks like we're going to be considering each of the letters in ATE here. So let's see if we can pattern match. This looks like it's going to be some form of recursion, right? Just so by the way this is sort of laid out. Let's see if we can spot what the recursion might be. Well, okay, so it looks like we're considering, in each of these cases, we're considering the ith letter, right? And we're putting it at the beginning of a new letter, or of a new word. So here we're considering A, and then we have the anagrams of ET, right? Which are going to be TE and ET. Here we're considering T, and then we have anagrams of the rest of the word, which is AE and EA. E, we're considering anagrams of at, which is AT and TA. Okay, so subgrams, and subgrams is sort of a big hint, right? Subgrams look like they're going to be sort of just the word itself looks like it's going to be some recursive call to a smaller version of the word. A recursive call to list anagrams of some smaller version of this word. So let's say subgrams is going to be list anagrams. Which are going to be sort of, and subgrams we want to not include the letter of the word that we're currently inspecting, right? So we're looking at every letter in our word. First we're looking at A, then we're looking at T, then we're looking at E. So how can we do this with slicing? Well, we can take W, and then we can say, I'm going to take all of W before the letter that I'm currently looking at. And then I'm going to add it. This is just a string. And then I can add it to all of W after the letter that I'm currently looking at. I do this +1 to make sure that I don't actually index into I. And then, so now this should be a list of, and list anagrams is a function. Pass it in with parentheses. This should be a list of all of the combinations of the letters that do not include the letter we're currently looking at. Okay, so that seems reasonable. So we're going to get, if we pass in A, if we're currently looking at A, then we're going to get anagrams of TE, which is going to be TE and ET. And now once we have all of these, what do we want to do? We're currently looking at the first letter, so it looks like we take whatever letter we're looking at and we put it at the beginning of the list. So let's say WI, and then plus S for S in subgrams. The subgrams here are going to be TE and ET if we're looking at the letter A. If we're looking at the letter T, our subgrams are going to be AE and EA. And if we're looking at the letter E, then our subgrams are going to be AT and TA. And we can just pattern match and see that for each of our subgrams, we want to just add it on to the letter that we're currently looking at, right? So if we're looking at A, we add ATE, and then AET. Okay, great. So this is going to be what our anagrams that we're going to return. And then we're doing that for each letter. We're going to inspect each letter, create a list of subgrams, and then put that letter at the beginning and then add on those subgrams. Okay, this seems pretty reasonable. This, I think, is going to pass. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's problem 4B. Leave a post if you have any questions about it. Oops. And now we can draw a picture of PusherBot. I'm just going to say good luck on the test. Spelling is hard. Good luck on the test. Yay. Alright, good luck. Thanks for watching.